Hi my lovely Capricorns, welcome back to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Cappies in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. This is a general reading, not a private one, so if anything I say doesn't resonate for you today, please just leave it for somebody else. This is also a timeless reading, it's for whenever you come across it, and anything I'm saying in the reading, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, go ahead and reverse them. Even if you are a cross-watcher coming here to find out about your Capricorn, you could find yourself coming through as the Capricorn in the reading. So just bear that in mind too. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. I'm so happy you're here. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back, my wonderful Cappy crew. Thank you for all your support. It really means the world. I mean, you guys mostly know I'm a fellow Capricorn as well, and I just love that my Cappies resonate so much with my channel. So thank you. Okay, we're going to be looking at what's coming towards you next, primarily in love. If anything else comes through for you for other messages, I'll pass those on as well, of course. So let's just have a look. I'm going to start with this one. We're going to start with some oracles this time around, and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay, for my dear Capricorns, please. What is coming towards my Cappies next in love? What do you want to tell us about for Capricorn? Okay, that one flew out. Indecisive. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. Unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way I planned. Before I keep shuffling, at the bottom of the deck when that came out is missed opportunity, which says I didn't act when I should have. So straight off the bat, Cappy, there's something coming through here about someone who was like, should I, shouldn't I? Either you were or somebody else. And they thought they had an indefinite amount of time to keep sitting on the fence, keep making up their mind, keep choosing between, I could do that with Capricorn or I could, do something else. And they may feel like shocked that now that option is off the table. But let's keep going. Coming towards my Capricorns next in love, please. Get another one. Okay, we have shadow side and disagreements came out together. You made me realize my flaws. Disagreement says I wish you understood how I feel, but it's also telling me that you and someone else here, Cap, may feel like you were both wronged in a situation, or you couldn't see each other's point of view about something that happened. At the bottom of the deck when those came out is broken. I feel shattered about this situation. Okay, let's get some other oracles to carry on. What's coming towards Capricorn next in love, please? You may have someone who's still on the fence right now, Cap, going, if you guys had a disagreement, had an argument, or falling out, they may still feel like they have time to keep going back and forth about whether to try and reach out, whether to try and make up with you or something. But in which case, there might be a suggestion here that they're going to be shocked to find that they don't have the chance anymore to make it up with you. But let's see. What's coming towards my Capricorn next in love, please? We have obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing that came out over the disagreement situation. At the bottom of the deck is stress, turbulence, tension, and arguments. Why obscurity? Okay. Yeah, someone's definitely resisting reaching out to you because of their pride. Capricorn, that's the next card that came out. Arrogance, ego, stubborn. At the bottom of the deck is finality. Farewells, leave behind closure. Their pride is either currently stopping them or going to be stopping them from revealing something to you potentially. What's the obscurity about? As in they would rather, maybe they're still like, I would rather walk away from this, and with that farewell card, it's always like, see ya kind of energy that I get from it. rather than try and sort something out with you. What's the obscurity about? Abandoned. Left out, walked away, cold. Again, I was just talking about someone doing that. And elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery. Listen, this is all about deception, someone concealing something, whether there's something that they didn't tell you and they'd rather disappear from your life than address that, or it's all to do with their pride following an argument. What is the deception and the secrets? What is that all about? Elusive and obscurity for Capricorn, please. Oh gosh. Chasing came out sideways. Pursuit, toxicity, but at the bottom of the deck I have, oh, it actually fell on, I don't know if you saw it fall, it fell on my table. Running was at the bottom, which is significant because obviously we have the running and the chasing dynamic here. The running card dropped. It says ghosting, disappearing, invisible. It dropped and said curse. Underneath, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. Oh my gosh, what is going on? The other two cards that came out are lusting and second chance. Lusting says forbidden. Obviously, passionate, lusting, thoughts, whatever. Second chance says reconciliation, making amends, opportunity. I don't know if you have someone playing a game here, Capricorn, of pretending that they have left you behind, thanks to their pride, that they want to, they want you to feel like you've been abandoned, which is pretty horrible if someone's willingly trying to make you feel like that. But with that curse card, like it's to create this, like, how can I put it? It's almost like if you think of witchcraft, which obviously witchcraft is positive, but if you think of it like someone trying to create a negative spell on you, they don't actually have to be making a spell. They could be just trying to put you into a negative frame of mind, frequency, to create an effect. So if we want to like think about it that way, but then underneath that is karma and then beginnings. Karma says consequences, cause and effect. Debts and beginnings says new direction, starting over. And that's kind of what I was getting from this. Unexpected. This is what always makes me think with that unexpected outcome. Shocking. I didn't realize I was going to miss the opportunity with Capricorn. I thought I could just make them feel terrible until they chased me. That could be, obviously, they say apparently, I'm already getting sassy here for your reading, Capricorn, but they say apparently you made them realize their flaws. Maybe they are understanding that this is not healthy way to, maybe this could have been something they already tried, and now they're feeling, it says they feel shattered about this situation. Underneath that, oh wow, look at this. Underneath the broken card is reunion. We will always come back to each other. Underneath it is ego. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. Wow. Those two oracle decks linked up beautifully. All right, let's get into some tarot. All right. For my Capricorns, please, what is coming towards them next? What's coming towards them next in love for my Cappies? Queen of Swords. I mean, Queen of Swords has some strong boundaries. She also doesn't really accept BS, and very strong mentally, very firm. What's coming towards my Capricorn next in love, please? Okay, the moon came out on top of this indecisive and unexpected outcome. So that could say there's something you don't see coming, Capricorn, as well. Let's see. Oh, interesting. The Three of Swords also came out, but in reverse. And it landed on top of one of my other decks on the table. I was just having a look at what it is, and it's the King of Swords. You know, like the King and Queen of Swords. That's crazy. Okay. I'm going to take the King of Swords out. Why the Three of Swords in reverse? The Princess of Pentacles. Wow, this prideful person who may have got up a bit on their soapbox in terms of feeling very sure about themselves. Again, King and Queen of Swords, they are also the couple that would come out to suggest there's an argument going on. There's two people who also aren't budging, aren't shifting on their point of view on the argument. Nine of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 2 of Cups underneath. And then the underneath the 2 of Cups is the Death card and the Fool. The King of Swords here, let's say, is in a lot of mental panic here, because this could be someone seeing you moving on in terms of your emotions, Capricorn, getting to a place where you feel happy again on your own without them in your life. There is strong air energy here, of course, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, I have to mention, but this is them freaking out because this 10 of Cups, she always looks a little bit bittersweet in this picture. Like, not necessarily sad, because it's the 10 of Cups. That talks about a lot of happiness. And it's also talking about feeling content and fulfilled. And there's not a sense of lack emotionally here. But if you don't know what I mean, like, look at her face. She's also in blue. So also the blue and the 2 of Swords as well. It's just not giving your attention to this situation, this person. It is what it is combination with this for you, Capricorn. But obviously there's the other side of this is the panic on the other side. That this was a soulmate, this was someone very important, this was like an irreplaceable bond between the two of you, and someone is panicking because they are feeling like the Death card, something has changed irrevocably in terms of we can't ever go back to how it was before this happened. Now that can sometimes be good. Obviously things can change for better, but it's just that things will never be the same as they were before, effectively. But with that underneath, with the Fool card, that also talks underneath the Fool is the Sun. The Sun is like the major arcana version of the 10 of Cups. So this is you, Capricorn, this 10 of Cups energy. You're just doing you. There's a little bit of bittersweetness with it, but you are finding contentment in yourself, in your day-to-day. It's not like you're jumping for joy, but there is peace at least. And but on the other side, there's panic because this could really be over, and they see you potentially starting a new journey with the Fool, and it's a journey towards your personal happiness as well. Okay. They could be panicking about you've made some sort of choice, potentially. Now that choice could be taking you away from them in some way, whether you're choosing a different person, or you're choosing to move away, or it's like, let's see. Why the Princess of Pentacles? For Capricorn. The 5 of Swords came out, and then the Lovers card came out. The 7 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. I mean, if this is still talking, because I've got the Lovers card, which is Gemini's major arcana, but it's also obviously another card of a strong romantic connection being acknowledged here. It's almost like someone, this King of Swords, wants to be friends potentially with that Princess of Pentacles, or they want to retain a friendship with you. But you see, interestingly, but if they are doing that, then there's a lot they're not saying with that 5 of Swords. The 7 of Wands, there's like a territorial element of not wanting you to give up on this, potentially. This is like someone who doesn't want to, say if you were having an argument with this person in person, then and you're kind of saying, right, you need to leave, kind of thing, or I'm going to leave, like one of the two of us needs to leave because I'm not carrying on having this argument with you anymore. It's like the other person trying, you know, temporarily, just momentarily, to like block your path and being like, no, we're not done having our conversation, like there's more we should hash out here. You don't leave because you haven't understood my side of what I'm trying to say here. It could be to do with a third party for some. It's either that, or it's this person, this King of Swords, they weren't acknowledging the connection between the two of you. So let's see what else comes out, because it could go either way. But I say that because with this the Queen of Swords, you see how in the background she has this wisdom, this knowledge of the Lovers, and I say it's like literally it's the same. You see how this is the big version of the Lovers, and then it's the small version is in the background there. So she either has found out, she has the awareness of a love connection going on between two other people, or she knows damn well that this is a love connection between her and somebody else. And with the Five of Swords, the truth is not being spoken to her about one of those two scenarios. Now, obviously, I do see this indecision from someone here. And the indecision may have been what was hidden. So it could also have been that this King of Swords was going between you, Capricorn, and somebody else. They couldn't decide between the two. You're kind of, with the Three of Swords in reverse, you could be taking yourself out of the equation. You may, with that Queen of Swords, it might be the intuition that you knew they were, you know, going back and forth, deciding whether to be with you or someone else, and wouldn't be rushed one way or the other. For some of you, it could have been that. Let's see, what was the indecision here? Why the indecision? Four of Wands came out, and the Ten of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. I mean, that strong combination talking about commitment. Four of Wands could be marriage, union, living together, making something. It's like setting the foundation for a life together, whether you don't have to be living together properly yet or not. But the Ten of Pentacles also is like long-term considerations. Can be family, it can be growing old together, you know. So why the indecision? So the Fool. Someone was, I mean, I said on the fence, but this Fool is literally like balancing. It's not a fool taking the leap that, well, obviously sometimes it can come out and be read like that. But visually, we think of the Fool classically jumping off the cliff and making that leap into a new beginning. But this Fool is actually, this King of Swords is teetering right on the precipice, neither jumping off. It's like, oh, I might, oh, but then I might not. We have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck when that came out as well. So I don't know if this is someone who just couldn't decide whether they wanted to fully get into a commitment or whether they wanted to stay single. Why is the Three of Swords in reverse? Something flipped in the deck, didn't come out. It's the King of Swords. You know, I said the Three of Swords landed in reverse on top of one of my other decks. Which card is it? Oh, it's the King of Swords. And I thought that was cool enough because we already had the Queen out. And then I clarified the Three of Swords in reverse. And it's the King of Swords from this deck. Cool. All right. Okay. Let's just give the King of Swords the mic and see what they want to say for themselves. Tell me about this King of Swords. How are they feeling about my Capricorn, please? The Six of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. It kind of came out reversed. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. You know, I just showed it to you from the other deck. Listen, that would suggest that they may feel like they want to give to the situation. They may have had a change of perspective. Maybe they're now considering long term. I say this all skeptically because is this a knee-jerk reaction because they feel like you're leaving the building? Let's see. How is this King of Swords feeling about my Capricorn, please? Six of Swords. That landed on top of the disagreements card. So the Six of Swords follows on from the Five. Five talks about challenges, especially in communication, misunderstandings, crossed wires, arguing almost at cross purposes. Definitely a clash. It's very Five of Swords is always an energy where nobody wins really either, because someone isn't speaking their truth. The other person is also being lied to, so nobody is happy in the Five of Swords situation. It can just feel like a short-term victory that normally, as time goes on, feels like I shot myself in the foot one way or another. So yeah, Six of Swords, they're feeling like another six as well. They feel like they want to move past the challenges. They're ready. It's interesting because I was saying about this person has such strong air energy. And it's all about their thoughts, their ideas, and whether it's kind of like I don't know if this person feels, I just got like people are constantly misunderstanding them, or twisting their words, or they're not listening to what they're saying, they're putting words in their mouth or something like that. I don't know if that came up in the argument. But it's almost like this person, this King of Swords, is also very forthright about their opinions. Like, they're very opinionated, and they struggle to see any kind of, to listen to an alternative. Like, if they're debating, they could debate, but they're still going to think they're right. Even if you debate them for 2 hours. Yeah, they're feeling like they want to actually move past the disagreement. They want, maybe they also want both parties to understand each other better with that Six of Swords. Tell me about how this King of Swords is feeling about Capricorn. So far, Pentacles and Swords. For this King, like, I would like to see some Cups, that'd be lovely. How are they feeling about Capricorn? I do only have 3 cards out there, so. Oh, well, okay. I wasn't actually making a direct request to the deck, but the King of Cups came out. Well, I think the King of Cups is water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, but it's definitely a card of someone who is in their feelings and does have feelings for you. Why the King of Cups, please, for Capricorn? Six of Cups in reverse. Another 6 came out. Six of Cups in reverse can talk about not being able to move on from the feelings that they've been left with from something that happened between the two of you in the past. It can also talk about kind of being haunted by those feelings as well. Like, left very unsettled. Oh, wow. Wow, the Two of Wands came out in reverse, which is that indecision. It's also, the Two of Wands in reverse can also talk about back to the drawing board for me. So it's someone who maybe previously they were very confident about, they made some sort of choice, but they're rethinking that direction that they thought that they were like confidently going in. But it was definitely also indecision. But I said wow because when that came out, the deck split. The Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Underneath the Queen of Pentacles, which for me is you, Capricorn, male or female, it's Capricorn energy. Underneath the Queen of Pentacles is the Fool again, and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is what I said from the first deck of tarot, is that this is you moving on to something new elsewhere. Okay, so underneath the Three of Swords, we have the Hermit, which is Virgo's major arcana, but it also tells me that this person has been doing a lot of introspection, potentially spending some time on their own, it may have intensified acknowledging their feelings. I don't know if there was a time where they were quite confident about what happened in the argument from their side of things, or they distracted themselves so they weren't thinking about any other feelings that were coming up from what had happened between the two of you. But there may have been a time where they spent some time alone, and the reality may have come through. So I say that as well because underneath the Hermit is the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, which talks about that. This is like... Seven of Pentacles is also reviewing, like taking stock, assessing what they could have had with you, definitely. What was there, like between the two of you? Was that something that they wanted to actually hold on to? Was that something of value that they didn't want to chuck away? Was it worth actually maybe listening to your perspective rather than sticking very adamantly to their guns? And there, through all of that introspection and assessment, there is some sort of truth that this person feels that they've come to. Underneath the Ace of Swords is the Nine of Swords again, which I was talking about, this person with that stress, maybe a bit of panic here. And yeah, underneath it, why are they stressing? Because Four of Cups, there's that missed opportunity. Okay. Let's get some of these. What is coming towards Capricorn next in love, please? Ship. Cutting ties, moving on. There might be travel involved. Or that could just talk about emotional travel, you know, energetically. For you, I mean travel for you, I mean Cap. What is coming towards my Capricorn next in love? You may feel in some way like this person betrayed your trust or betrayed the connection that you thought that the two of you had. Twin flames, yin-yang and balance, union and duality, complement, polar opposite. Now, if you don't resonate with the twin flame journey, don't worry. I'm not 100% sure if I do, to be completely honest. But just consider it a very, very serious connection. As we already saw the Two of Cups. So soulmate, very important bond that the two of you had. Also, you could be different to each other in some ways. You could be different to each other's usual normal type. But you know, it works. The connection surpasses those kind of superficial, on paper requirements. When that came out, the deck split to show Camera and Heartbroken. Camera says reminiscing, learning from the past, perception, heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair. It's just hitting the person now, how much they may have lost. They're thinking back on the connection that the two of you had. They're thinking back on the times that the two of you spent together, and now they're feeling heartbroken. Bearing in mind, this was at the bottom of the first Oracle deck I grabbed as well. I mean, okay. Let's get some of these. What else can you tell me? What else is coming towards Capricorn, please? What else is coming towards my Capricorn, please? Wow. Oh, yeah. Before I show you the cards that came out, the bottom of the deck is moving. The first card that came out that I was side-eyeing is Obsessive Lover. It came out sideways. I just feel like this is more... It says possessiveness on it. It's quite a dramatic deck, but I just feel like this is more And yeah, well, Forcer came out as well. Forces things on you, forces their way in. It's a very dramatic deck. So I just get that this person is panicking. And you know, I was saying about trying to block your path. Nothing like, you're not in danger, girl. Basically, it's not what I'm trying to say, but more just like they were desperate. It's just giving me desperate and feeling like they're trying to cling on to you because they feel like you're about to leave their life in a way that they hadn't expected. They thought they had more time. They thought they could make you feel like they'd abandon you and that would stop you from leaving them, which is weird logic, but it's fine. So I just get it more that they're panicking, and it's bringing out a possessiveness and a like a stubborn resilience, I suppose you could say, of like, no, you're not going anywhere. It's more like someone who the only thing I have to say is I'm getting more like they want you to hear them out and their side of the argument. Again, it's like they want you to tell them, oh, you're right, rather than them saying, or, understanding where you were coming from. That's the only thing. It's like they don't want you to leave because you shouldn't be leaving still thinking that they were wrong. You should, you just need to hear me out more, and then you'll realize that I'm right, and then you won't have to leave. That's what I'm getting from this King of Swords person. What else is coming towards my Capricorn, please? Well, Too Busy Winning came out, and Unbothered is at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Why Too Busy Winning? I mean, no complaints, but why? Wow. Dust It Off came out, and Ignoring. So whatever's happening with someone it might not be the King of Swords. It could be someone else as well with that forcer energy, who's trying to get something to go their way. Let's just say you're not going to give a monkey's. And you might not even give whoever that is any attention, Capricorn, because things are going to be going too well for you to care. You've got good stuff to focus on, so you don't need to focus on whatever that is. Tell me about the Too Busy Winning for Cap, please. I mean, people are going to be trying to find out your business. This came out in reverse. It says Inside Scoop, a closer look, nosy up in your business. But it's in reverse. So I don't think they are actually successfully finding out what's going on with you. But you're going to have potentially... it's maybe about your financial success that's coming here. Or something you're doing which is putting other people's nose out of joint, is that the phrase? Because when that came out, the deck split and I can see happiness, hater, and hustling. Hustling says making it rain, focus on money, getting it. But it's obviously just talking about you being successful in whatever you're working on. So people are just trying to find out what's really going on with you, or maybe I even get trying to find out how you're doing it so that they can either undermine how you're doing it or copy you. So it's like, what are the ingredients to Capricorn success? Scarcity tactics and karmic friends came out. Can't fully trust them, tension, secret competition, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So what you're doing, I would just say, keep it quiet. Maybe a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to hide your light under a bushel, Capricorn, but there's just some people around you who, the other card that came out, sorry, is Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. So there's just potentially some people who are either getting close to you to try and find out, as I said, your business, or they're getting close to you so that they can put you in a negative mindset and knock you off course from your success. So it's just a heads up. It doesn't necessarily have to be this King of Swords person who came through like romantically at all. So let's ask, I don't think I asked this yet. How is Capricorn feeling about this King of Swords now? Or is going to be coming towards them? How is Capricorn feeling about the King of Swords now? Ooh, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. That's interesting because I showed you them like assessing the Seven of Pentacles and feeling heartbroken because of what they could have had or what they had right in front of them. And the first card out for you is that you feel like there wasn't as much there as you initially thought. As in, you may feel like you assessed them and thought that they were fantastic, the one for you, the one you want to marry, the be all and end all. So much potential for more as well. Like there was so much further the two of you could go. And basically that combination is a suggestion with the King of Wands that you feel like they are... why did I get charlatan? You feel like they're a charlatan. I don't know if that might not be the right word, but it popped into my head very loudly, so I just said it. But I was going to say more of like a all fur coat, no knickers, kind of a bit of someone who's fluffing themselves up to come across as impressive, you know, confident, got their shiz together, and a go-getter, you know. They make plans, they make things happen, but also you're now feeling like none of that was completely true, and also that they might just be quite a superficial person or arrogant. That King of Wands also talk about ego and prideful. Tell me more about how Capricorn is feeling about this person. The Emperor. That is a contradiction, dude. Like, the Emperor came out on top of the Twin Flames card. Emperor is Aries energy. I mean, for some of you, if you do resonate with the Twin Flame journey, you may feel like they are your Twin Flame, but they're also a bit of a dig. And like in this lifetime, the Twin Flame talks about a connection that, you know, that you will find each other again and again in different lifetimes. It's like, yes, this person is still my divine masculine, but in this lifetime they've come through as a complete muppet. For some, like, I'm just being flippant, so don't worry if that doesn't completely resonate for you. Why the Emperor? For how Capricorn is feeling about this person. See, this is the thing. Seven of Cups. The Five of Swords sideways. Five of Swords came out crossing the Six of Swords. And that when those came out, the deck split to show Judgment and the Ten of Pentacles. This almost feels like you... Okay, I just got it. You feel like they are underselling themselves in this lifetime, let's just say. Going back to what I was just saying. You feel like they could be an emperor. They could be so much more. They could wake up, smell the coffee, and and have some sort of level up spiritually, energetically, an awakening. They could be more. They could achieve so much more. You feel like you tried to wait to let them... I'm going to say this because it's the Emperor, but if it's a woman in real life, then just apply that. But this is, you tried to wait for them to become the man that you knew that they could be. Like, your soul recognized them as an emperor, potentially your emperor. But you feel like no matter how much you nurture, you give it time, you water that bushel of pentacles, you feed it, you love it, you say sweet things to it, they're still a King of Wands. Like, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on with the Seven of Cups and the Five of Swords coming out. There's a lot of mixed messages from this person. There's a lot of emotional blockages and like mixed up emotions. As in, this combination as well, this person you feel like is very confident, very set, as I said before, on their way of looking at the world. Like the Emperor here is kind of come across a little bit arrogant in their presumptions of they know best and they know how everything works. But it's almost like you feel like they're that confident, but they are, you know, they might view an honest cup of love and emotion, they might view that as, oh, I'm going to get my hand bitten off. It's almost like making mountains out of molehills, but not quite. It's more like they are suspicious of love, feelings, maybe even their own feelings. With this Five of Swords energy as well, it's a very like cutting your nose off to spite your face. And they see, how do I put it? They see someone's genuine intentions emotionally as a trap as well, is what I'm getting. Let's just finish up. I want to ask, what action is this person going to be taking towards Capricorn in the near future, most likely? Because the thing is, they came through so swordsy, so like wanting to keep, like not wanting you to go anywhere. Also, there's that, we saw with the oracle cards, that like almost trying to make you feel bad and punish you, which they recognize is part of their shadow side, but and also to do with their pride and ego. But the King of Cups did come out when I asked. I was like, are there any actual cups here? And yeah, one of the strongest cards of someone who has a lot of feelings, but they seem either unable to express or maybe even uncomfortable with their own feelings. Okay, what action are they most likely going to take towards my Capricorn next? The Nine of Cups. The Empress. Bearing in mind, I'm talking about this twin flames, and now we have the Emperor and the Empress, and you felt the Emperor about them, and they've got the Empress coming out when I ask about their action towards you. Okay, and the crazy fucking hell. Oh, so much swearing. I'm sorry, YouTube. When that came out, the deck split. When the Empress came out, the deck split to show the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. And underneath the Two of Cups is the Six of Cups. This is a very, very strong connection, Capricorn, between you and this person. When you first met this person in this lifetime, I swear most of you may have felt like you'd known them before, or you already knew them as soon as you met them. But I mean, that, cause the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups, two of the strongest, well, I mean, yeah, apart that plus the Lovers would be the strongest sign of extremely strong, obviously, and the Emperor and the Empress. I'm a bit in shock here. Okay, the strongest sign, sorry, of a soulmate bond between the two of you. Okay, let me just calm down. What action are they most likely going to take towards Capricorn? Why the Empress? The Sun. The deck split to show the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Pentacles, which was the first card that came out when I asked about how they're feeling about you. This would suggest a very positive turn of events, Capricorn. Let's see. Tell me more about the action. Why the... Stop. The Six of Cups has come out now, which does talk about someone coming back into your life. The deck split when that came out, and I can see the Five of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Wow. Oh, look at that. Underneath the Five of Cups is the Hermit. Wow. I was talking about the three... Is it still at the bottom? Yep. I was talking earlier about how this person has had some alone time, which has actually forced them to introspect and reflect about their feelings, which they probably hate doing, this person. Underneath Three of Swords is the Hermit. As I said earlier, underneath the Five of Cups is the Hermit. Five of Cups and Three of Swords, strongest combination for me of someone who is in that heartbroken place, which we saw from the Oracle cards twice. This person is reflecting, reminiscing also on what could have been between the two of you with that Ten of Cups card. Missing the hell out of you. Gutted. They are gutted. But what, I mean, in terms of an action, which is what I'm asking, obviously there's a lot of unhappiness which is fueling all of this action, but the action is absolutely stunning, Capricorn. I don't say this unless it's there, but I can't deny it with that. So anything, what does that look like? I mean, it's a lot of happy emotion, and the Ten of Cups flew out. Tell me about, okay, Page of Cups. Wow. So many, apart from the Empress and the Sun, it's all cups. So this person is, who was, so, I pointed it out, they were so swordsy. That's how they were coming through. Very defensive, very leaving emotions out of it, just needing to be right, and very adamant and cold. I mean, Wheel of Fortune, this is a complete change. Their wish would be for you to listen to them, to let them in. Underneath the star is the three, which is Aquarius's major arcana, is the Three of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Underneath that is the Six of Swords. Underneath that is the Two of Cups again. It's a repeating, I mean, it's the same card, Six of Pentacles and Six of Swords, which I showed you straight away was what came out for how they're feeling about you. There is definitely, with that Three of Swords, there's this sense of betrayal that you may feel from this person. Either, for some of you, I feel like it was more, they wanted to keep giving their attention to other people, and they weren't in a place to commit to just one person. It was the strongest message that came through, especially with that, you know, you're seeing them as an emperor and they were, but then it's like, no, you just want to stick at the King of Wands. This could be someone who's very attractive and who gets a lot of attention, and so it's very easy for them to distract themselves or to placate their emotional needs, in which is something deeper, to placate that with like shallow connection. But I mean, this action looks incredible. I don't know what to say. It does talk about them reaching out, Page of Cups and Six of Cups. It's reaching out to show you that they care about you, to some of you to apologize, to do something sweet for you as well. Anything else you can tell me? Well, it's kind of just doubling down on what I've already said. The Three of Cups came out, which is that, I mean, Knight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, and underneath it is the Two of Swords. So it's a bit of confirmation there. This was someone who, very first card out came out, indecisive, Two of Swords. This is someone, this is just kind of playing out what I just described, who could have been in a player frame of mind or attitude. This could be also someone who's quite cynical, as I said, about anything deeper. It's almost like they wanted to stick to being in this mode, because it's kind of, it's like someone who doesn't believe in love, to be honest, is what I'm getting. But they want okay, just hold on. Underneath that is the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. Two of Wands, Nine of Swords. I think that's the third time from 3 different tarot decks that combination has been there, Cap. So this is someone who, they made some sort of choice, maybe post an argument between the two of you or before the argument, but they were very adamant that they made, like, even just the choice in the direction that they were going to go with their life indefinitely was that. And this is panic setting in, but it is also causing change. I have to say it. This is now the Emperor from this deck. We've got the Empress out. What I was going to say, and it's a bit complicated at this point, with the feeling that I was getting, they might want to convince you that they're right, because there is no such thing as real love. Like, people are awful, people are going to cheat on you, or, you know, nothing is real, nothing means anything. But it's almost like they're chasing after you to argue that point, because that's also what they've been basing their whole way of being recently. So it's almost like someone who wants to force, you know, they want to keep arguing so that you tell them, oh yes, you're right, there's no such thing as real love, you know, just carry on using people as for entertainment, or for, yeah, mainly entertainment or just distractions, because that's all there is. So if you were to, like, you're standing firm on being like, no, there is something more than that, and I wanted to have that with you, and you're settling and being a King of Wands, I think has challenged this person. Okay, well, could be an unexpected outcome for you here as well. I mean, that was the second card out. Obviously, I thought it was to do as well. I think it can be both. It's unexpected for them that they are about to they're about to lose you fully from their life, and that they couldn't just be on the fence ad nauseum. But I think, I mean, I'm like this from the cards that just came out for the action they're going to take towards you next, Cap. So it could be an unexpected outcome for you as well with this person. Okay, that's what I've got for you this time, Cap. Thank you so much for being here, as always. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it did resonate at all, if you just want to say thank you, I know you're the best, then leave me a comment. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.